Okay, I'm gonna start soon. Oh wait, I want to calibrate. Okay, alright. Hello everybody, Michiodai here. And I'm playing Playlist from Ryo Ito. You've heard the previous song in the intro that I had a lot. I thought I just play the entire playlist of the album. Me as well. Since this is gonna be a pretty long stream, I'm hoping I have the endurance to draw long enough. Let's see how long I last. Anyway, it's gonna be extremely chill and extremely messy as well. I'm just here to draw some art besides my splash art, because that's the only thing that I've had so far. Also, it's so sweaty. It's really hot, and I'm refusing to turn on the aircon because I think we're gonna need it for tonight when we're sleeping anyway. So I'm gonna stay off of it. Gonna try to endure it. Okay, now let's do some exercise with our hands and our mind. Eesh. Okay. Cycles. Straight lines. Long straight lines. Curve. Ankle. Heel. And Peterinos. Knee. Oh. Hey. Quads. That's my leg. And when I fell down during my bicycle accident, this is what happened. God. And that's how I got destroyed. By biking. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm gonna, since tomorrow's a public holiday, yippee! I'm gonna go out and cycle again. Hopefully I don't fall down this time. I shouldn't. I think it was just a freak accident. I just fell into a little hole and I just fell and everything toppled and fell on my ass. But it's fine. I want to cycle far off this time. Okay. I don't have any references on like drawing any poses. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna just draw from my mind. Sometimes it just kind of starts with shapes. Sometimes it starts with shape. And the tip is to draw real fast and stupid so that you don't try to like, oh no, my art, it looks bad. Oh no. Also, okay, hold on. So shoulders, the collars. I like to use a lot of circles, just gets the volume going. Rather than like, you know, see how I like, oh, before I actually put these lines down, I actually put out the other circles first. So I can sort of like, okay, so here's this. It's sort of to guide the lines. I feel like that's my style when I'm drawing like figures and stuff. Okay, I don't really do the spine thing anymore. The what's usually thought is like, oh, draw the line of action and stuff. I don't really. It's not good that I'm not doing it. It actually is good to do it, but it hasn't. I don't think it's really worked out for me that well. No, actually, I want to put the shoulder here. Maybe I can shift the body instead. Hand here. This part here, the shoulder will go back. Then I'm doing a little running pose. Okay. So the rest of the arm would go back. This one I'm drawing these circles very tight. It's just like, it's here, it's in perspective, it's going backwards. I could afford to bring the arms out a little bit more, but I'm just gonna see how it goes for now. So, and I saw this post when I was looking stuff up on Google's. I was just drawing, I was like just searching up pose references and like posings and stuff. The main one I was looking at was like Spider-Man poses, which I think I mentioned before. Like that's the kind of like degree that of like dynamic posing that I want to reach for like Michi. Okay, yeah, see, I don't know why I'm even paying attention to like erasing stuff and like the chin and all that. Like if I was doing this traditionally, I would feel way more free with this. Honestly, being on a tablet is... I don't think I've ever felt really truly in sync with drawing on a tablet in a way. Do I? No. I think first off, I wanna say this leg. I wanna go make it to go back. Then you can just see some of the foot here. I guess the line of action would be something like this. The line of action kind of like, at least I can see like, oh, it kind of helps a little bit with the feet. Yeah, because I wanted to like, have the feet more spread out. And oh my god, I'm sweating all over the tablet. Yeah, so I wanted the feet out more. Okay, I do need to draw in circles. I love circles when drawing my figures. Give it volume without adding any shade. And the knee, I'd put it one square pocket like this. If I want to, I can draw this other part of the knee, which I totally forgot the name of. But there's a little triangle here. It helps. Okay. Maybe this can be a cool perspective thing. It's gonna look like duck feet. Yeah, so I could... Now this is the one thing about digital art, the lasso tool. I can't do that in traditional drawing. So it's good for this, something like this, when if I want to shift stuff over. Yeah, so... Okay. Practice pose. I might revisit this. I saw something online that like I kind of wanted to replicate a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. Let's not dwell on it for too long. I need sleeves or something. So nasty. Okay. What other poses can I do? More running poses? Jumping poses, how about? How about the back? I just want to have a little bit more fun. Just draw some random stuff. I don't really want to think. Like, the good thing about drawing these, like, having sessions to just draw this is, like, I don't have to worry about, like, say for the splash art, I don't have to worry about composition, because, like, the composition will affect, like, how I would want to pose things, and I'll be worrying about that. By the way, ass and back. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Wow. You have a tiny thing here. In the butt. I might have drawn a man's ass, but that's fine. Honestly, I like to draw... When I'm posing, I do prefer drawing men in a way, because... Or at least a more... male? Okay, it's not really say. I wouldn't say men in that sense then. I would say it's just more muscular builds. Let's not put a gender to that. Just a more muscular build. Because I feel like I prefer those curves. They look cooler, they have more oomph to it. Because I feel like with very elegant and feminine sort of posing, I tend to get very distracted with trying to make it look really nice, and that can become a problem if I'm trying to draw something real fast. Okay, let's try to... I wanna pull this arm back more. Maybe not so much for this. Okay. Sorry for the sniffles. I'm sorry for the sniffles. Circles, circles, circles it up. Circle it up. So this is here. Here are them lats. So those latissimus dorsi, latusmus dorsi, dorsal. And there'll be some here, and there's actually another muscle here, which is the pectorals. It's connected to the pectorals. Down here, there's one muscle here, and then I'll get in the sense that, like, oh, I like drawing muscular stuff, and after I'll get really into it, like, oh yeah, I love drawing this muscle here. Oh yeah, this one looks really nice. Oh, and this build looks really good, and like I just waste so much time with that. What is this guy doing? What is this posed dude doing? Is he raising a fist? I don't know. Mega Man fist. Sure, I have trouble drawing like fists and feet and whatnot. Imagine this is a fist. Feast. Alright. Okay. Letismus. Crochet. Wee. Okay. Circles. Wah. Look at this line. Just go. Nice. And then just like. Okay, wait. Yeah. Pectorals and whatever muscle and a little bump over the hip. I'm having fun. Yeah, so I think the solo streams that I'm planning to have just gonna be art related. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming any game like solo games outside of the games that we're already playing. The games that we're playing is like that I have on my channel is Monster Hunter and Ace Attorney so far, and I'm just gonna keep with those because I do want to work on practicing more art and getting shit done, you know, getting my more art. I was burping at that time, okay? I was burping. Don't make fun of me. Yeah, so I'm sorry. There are a lot of games I would want to play, but I think as of now I should still be working on myself up to a point where I would feel like, oh, okay, I think I'm fine to like have the solo streams be of game not art anymore, but game more Gorm art. But yeah, Gorm streams. Gorm. Monkey boy. Monkey man. This is a weird tangent, but it's probably not gonna go anywhere because I heard about this movie called Monkey Man. I guess I've been seeing some good reviews for it. I don't know what it's about, but it has got Dave Chappelle in it. I'm like, okay, interesting. He looks built. He looks like he's gonna be ready to fight some people. Is this a Monkey Man thing? Yeah. And I guess he's back with another movie. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I liked him. I like him. I mean, the last thing I've watched of him was what's the name of that movie? The tiger on the boat. Is that him? Actually, I can't remember. It might not be him. I don't think that's him. Okay, then was it just? Oh my god! It literally is just the last Airbender, huh? Well, yikes. Poses, yeah. Hello, Kay. I was wondering if this was too early for anyone to appear, but I was just gonna draw them poses anyway. This is what I get for not drawing line of action. I'm like, what's the line of action here? There's a leg. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Oh. It's really short notice, but we did finish dinner early, and I was like, I don't really feel like waiting very long, all the way up to 9:30 to stream. Oh, hello, welcome to the stream. We're just posing. What other pose can I do? I do have one fallback pose that I was thinking of. Let me see. Okay, it's sort of my line action. Little weird sticky figure. I think for this I don't really feel like. Okay, let's do the circle. So there's the hip, and there's, I think I'll actually start from like the main thing, which is like the leg. I want to draw the leg. I want to draw a leg. Okay. Circles. Knee joint, which I can't exactly see. Ugh. Calves. Okay, hold on. Wow. Wow. Heal. Oh, this is the song that you use for your i7 thing. It's like in the same album. Okay. I'll just draw weird looking feet like that. Hello, can you draw Iris from Pokemon series being haircutted by the evil barber? That's a really specific request, but I'm sorry, I'm not taking art requests right now. That's The evil barber was about to cut the tail of Iris' hair off with a pair of scissors while holding it. What? But why would you torture Iris like that? Doesn't she love her hair? Her hair is like a mainstay, a characteristic of her. Ah, no! What an evil barber. I didn't play that Pokemon game that Iris was in. Is there an evil barber in that game? Okay. I was like, huh. Okay. Maybe I can twist the body a little bit here. Okay, knee. This is where I start drawing all these curvy. Sometimes I have to just draw some angular stuff. Sometimes the angular stuff comes off more strongly. It's more decisive. Yeah. Something like that. I know I killed the ankle here, but like, hold on. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna draw a feet like this. Don't care about it yet. I want to tuck the head in. Tuck the head in here. Something like that. So I just want to kick. Eek. Should I do a flapping of wings? Okay, just a squiggle for a hand. I'm bad at drawing hands. I don't want to take much time into that. Okay, I'll just draw another. Okay, what's this? What's this? What's that? More hands. Okay, at least this one is a little bit more. You can see more of this. I was gonna say what else I wanted. Oh yeah. I mean, just to recap, like, what I wanted to accomplish by drawing more and having more drawing streams is that I do want to have, like, the big one is that I want to push out as fast as possible is a new model for myself. Cause the rigging and all that and the cutting is gonna take so much time. And I do have to do I don't know what to call it. I think headers and banners and stuff is like in my it's like below my Twitch where it's like, oh, like, you know, character bio and all that kind of thing. I think I want to populate that with more of my art as well. Alerts and transitions is something else I want to do as well. And actually a stream schedule as well. I think it would be nice if I could kind of have something for people to reference when I might stream, because right now it's kind of like the only schedule I have is the one that I have here on Twitch, which is like the countdowns and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so besides that, there's okay, once I get all those done, I can start playing no backlog of games and stuff. And I've actually, like, I went on Steam to, okay, before I talk about that, let me try to think of a pose right now. Um, I can just do a pose from the side or something like that. Okay, this is sort of like my weird ass shape. Look, it's a weird stick figure. Nah, that's not really what I want to do. That's a good oval. I like that oval. Yeah, I hit up Steam and I just added a bunch of games to my wish list. Just not really that I might buy them on the Steam, because some of them do exist on the Switch, and I might play them on the Switch instead. What games can I say? I mean, a bunch of them are like kind of like indie games. Honestly, there's a bunch of games that like, even the cooperative stuff that like right now Helldivers is popping off and I haven't played it, and it's one of the games that I really want to play, but I also kind of want to find people to play with it. I know I can play with it on public, but I do wanna... Okay, hold on. Let's try to... Yeah, I do kind of want to stream it with like maybe friends. I feel like that's where more of the voice chat is gonna be more interesting, I feel. I don't know. Maybe not. I want her to have her fist prepared here. Yeah. Or should I pull it back? If the fist was... Okay, the fist has to be facing in the direction... This direction. Okay. Okay, that's a bit much. Let's just start with a box first. Okay, maybe something a bit more pulled back. I think this is one of the poses that I struggle with a little bit. Like, I always try to imagine in my head, and I have it, but sometimes it's like, oh, like maybe if I draw this, then it looks kind of weak in a sense where, oh, the elbow is too low, maybe it can be raised up higher, that kind of thing. Or like if I draw something like this, sorry, that's a real mess. I don't know, the silhouette just looks very weird. It's just like a oval, it's got an oval shape here, and that's it. You can't really... So then I can like, oh, I could raise the fist up a bit. Just give her Mega Man fist first. Not Mega Man, Bomberman fist first. And it looks semi-possible. It feels like it's also being dragged along behind her. So maybe I can raise it a little bit more first. And like, But I guess in a pose like this, it will be like, you kind of imagine the... Like, if you try to pose like this yourself, I imagine is the shoulders are coming forward first, and then you have the rest of the arm. Actually, for something like this, I might... There's a couple of ways to do this pose. I can try what I have here first. This is a pretty difficult pose. I always have this in mind, but I'm just unable to execute it perfectly. Sorry, this is gonna take a long time because I'm just trying to figure this out. And then you have to twist in the hip, say like, okay, the shoulders is just like this oval, the hips is this oval. So it's brought forward here. I think I'm worrying a bit too much. And right now this oval is... No, wrong pen. Oh, Morty is all falling apart. Gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna do line squiggles first, just so I can figure out how I want this to be like. Okay, something like this. Oh boy. Maybe I don't really want to talk about my Steam wishlist anymore. It just makes me think about the games that I want to play, but I don't want to. I have to force myself not to. Because there's already a bunch of games on the Switch that I can think of. Like, one is like 13 Sentinels that I want to play. There's the new Vanillaware game, Unicorn Overlord also. That is on the Switch. It's on a bunch of platforms. Hold on. I think I got it confused. There is a game that I also want to play on the Switch, which is Katamari Damacy. I guess the Steam game. Okay, there was one I was thinking of. It's all the very sort of very quick games. Like, I have not played the Shashingo. I saw a bunch of other streamers like, I didn't watch them play. I just saw them like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be streaming Shashingo, or like other games like Doroko, Wanko, that kind of thing. I wanted to play that. I want to play all that. There's this other game that's just taking pictures of dogs. I forgot what it is called. I want to play something like that too. It's all these funny games that I can find on Steam and Switch. More of the indie games. Those very fast games that I can just play like that. There is a game that I have in my Steam library that I have been wanting to play for a while. When I say a while, I mean like probably actually like 3 years or something like that. That's more than a while. It's called Adios. That one's just, I think it was a solo indie game, so I want to play that as well. It's just more of a story-based game. I think it was like, what, you're a farmer and you're here to... Oh no, yeah. The premise of that game is, or at least the story for it, is that you are a farmer who sort of works for the mafia, in a sense where you help to get rid of the bodies that, you know, the mafia doesn't want to be responsible of. So you find ways to get rid of the body as a farmer. And I think there comes a point where, I guess there comes to be a breaking point. At least that's what I kind of remember what the thing is. Like you as the farmer just feel like you you want to be out of this business. You don't want to be involved in this business anymore. So you have to convince the mafia that you want to leave, but make sure not to get yourself killed, you know. So yeah, I think that was kind of interesting. Sounds kind of nerve-wracking as well. I don't know how I try to like convince the mafia that I want to quit, especially knowing what you know, right? If you've been taking care of like removing their bodies and corpses and all that. Okay, I think this is where the issue is here. The head. And this pose looks like crap. I will visit this. I'll revisit this. I'll revisit this. Okay, random bunch of poses done. If there's any pose that I like, I'll probably draw myself over it. Right now, nothing's really standing out to me that much. I just feel like drawing a foot. A leg, I mean. Legs are fun to draw. I love drawing the cows. Here. And then when it comes to the feet, I'm like, oh no, no. It's all going downhill from now. Yikes. Oh right, there was how do I transition into this? Well, I could talk about something else first. Yeah, I think talking about games, right? I recently remembered, also because the 3DS and Wii U and Wii and all those other, basically any of the Nintendo products that's before the Switch just stopped their online service, and it's kind of sad to see, but I mean, you do what do. I mean, it happened way earlier for the PS Vita, and that's the thing. Like, I was thinking about it again, and I was like, man, I really like playing on the Vita. There was so many games that I actually really love to this day, and I would probably, like, if I go back into them, I would find them extremely fun again. Okay, hold that thought. Let me think. Yeah. Posey. Let me think. I kind of want to revisit this other pose that the first pose that I had. Now that I've warmed up, let me try to do this a little bit more seriously this time. So yeah, speaking of the PS Vita, I think another thing that made me think about it was this Japanese article, like, oh, mentioned Muramasa Rebirth, and I was like, well, actually not Muramasa Rebirth, it's just Muramasa the Demon Blade, but it got a remaster on the PS Vita called Muramasa Rebirth with new DLC and stuff. And that's a game that I really like a lot. I would want to play it again, but unfortunately it is stuck on the Vita. It has not made any yeah, it just doesn't have a port to another console. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do the circle. Sometimes I don't like using the circle because I'm very used to like, you know, the usual like, oh, this is your face. This is how you draw a character's face. But when you draw the circle, then I would like, my mind would think that this is this line, like this line is this line. But yeah, so it kind of throws me off sometimes. Okay, let me just, I think I want to start from the arm first. Okay. Okay. This, you'll probably not know what I'm trying to draw just from these circles, but that's how I like to start sometimes. Drawing the circles. Yeah, Muramasa, the article is basically going, well, I don't know what the proper translation for that Japanese article was, but for Muramasa Rebirth or Muramasa the Demon Blade, it was like, oh, because there was all the hubbub about Unicorn Overlord's food and how good it looked and stuff, and like, oh, in this very early Vanillaware title, Muramasa, the food was like, it kind of started out from there. I was like, wow, yeah, it did. I didn't play Odin Sphere either. It's another game that I want to play. I don't know if that one came out first and then Muramasa. I'm trying to control myself from saying Muramasa Rebirth because that's not the original one. Okay. Kind of want to tuck the head in here a little bit. Yeah, I remember when I played that, the food was already really amazing, and I think it was really cute because when you order the food, then it comes in piping steaming hot. There's all the steam and stuff. And there's you can take a bite of it. You can control the bites, you know. You can just press A or like circle X, circle on the Vita. You just do the action of biting, so that'll just like be little bits, like just little bite marks on the food. Yep, and it'll be just like bounce and bounce and bounce a bit. It's really cute. So I'm excited to see Unicorn Overlord's food. I've seen Unicorn Overlord's food, but I haven't experienced it, you know. And the gameplay for Muramasa was really good. It's like, if you like the weeb katana sheathing thing, it's really good. The basic mechanic is basically it's a platformer hack and slash. And you have there are a bunch of demon blades. There's like, I think 50 or something, and you're trying to collect them all. The story is like, you play as two different characters from two different stories, but besides that, the gameplay is basically you outfit yourself with like, so out of all these demon blades, you pick 3, and they have their different uses and stuff. They have different movesets as well, depending on the type of blade it is. And say that so from these 3 blades, and you want to switch to another one. So if you switch the blade, sorry, hold on. Before switching a blade, like, the reason you want to switch a blade is actually it is a mechanic in game. You can't just have one blade and that's it. There's like the UI is basically like, you have a wax candle on like the top left that's just going down. Oh no, sorry, that's your HP. In the middle would be the... Okay, imagine that there's a gauge for the sword. I'm trying to remember like the gameplay. So imagine there's a gauge for the sword, and the gauge goes down the longer you have the sword out. So what you want to do is that, like, the sword will break if the gauge hits 0, and then thus you will just bounce off things and all that, not do enough damage, your attacks are really slow. Basically, you just don't want to hang around in that form. So what you want to do is you have to switch to another sword, and at this, the sword that you had out can regenerate. That's the Demon Blade. Yeah, and the moment you switch the blade, you sheath this one blade and you pull this other blade out. The moment you pull it out, it will do a screen wide slash for everything. Like, it will just cut everything on the screen. It's a really cool animation and it's really satisfying. Yeah. I think it's bad. Like, I can talk about it, but I can't really sell it. I gotta say, like, find some gameplay of it, or I don't know, wait for me to, like, when I play games solo, I'll revive my PS Vita and, like, I'll hook it up, I'll record it somehow. I don't know. I would love to play that game again. In the end, I didn't play the DLC for that because the DLC was locked behind. It's only on the Japanese Play Store for some reason at that time. I don't know why it was, and I got the PS Vita Asia version, and the support for PlayStation Asia is absolutely shit. I'm not gonna shill for them. The PlayStation Asia is because it's not PlayStation. It's some other third party that, like, just got the rights to the PlayStation thing, and they ain't doing shit. Yeah, Nextsoft or something like that, or Maxsoft. Yeah, it's something like that, and they just jack prices up and all that sort of thing, and like, yeah, it sucks. They just have the rights for that, and like they just monopolize it. I think I don't know the recent Persona 3 trouble was because of them also, but I like to believe that. That's just me slandering them. I'm sorry. Don't. Okay, yeah. I mean, then there's misinformation on my part. Don't take that as the word. Don't take that as the truth. But yeah, that Persona 3 thing basically with the I don't know how it was with the other countries. That's the thing, but at least here in the Asia, they basically shipped in like Chinese language versions only. Like, I think the versions from China, and so basically people were getting the versions that they weren't supposed to get, and like they had to wait for that. Then while everyone was playing like yeehaw, Persona 3, then they were just, we got your orders wrong. Like, it's not even one shop. I think it was like a bunch of shops I saw. It's the whole batch, yeah. It's a whole freaking shipment. Yeah, the whole shop in this like country got hit by that, and I was like, that's a seriously big screw up. That wasn't because of Maxsoft? Damn. I kind of wanted it to be them. Shit. Damn. I just want PlayStation to have a reason to just, like, you know, pick them off. Piece of shits. Yo. Yo. Smoke. No, I'm just gonna leave this hand here as is. I should look at soccer poses. Now I think about it, the pose that I'm thinking of from this running pose is like, I can imagine it as a soccer player. Okay, how do I want the legs to be like though? I mean, if I do it like that, then yeah, but I do want to... I was thinking of having that wide spread look, and then I do want it to be like a little bit like, oh, it's leaning to this side instead, that kind of thing. Man, it's difficult to breathe. All the smoke. Someone's smoking around here. It sucks. Yeah. There's no way it can be sound from all the way downstairs on the ground level. You're not supposed to. Yeah, from Muramasa Rebirth, like that was the first Vanillaware game I played, and then later on the PS Vita, there was another game called Dragon's Crown. I really love that game as well, and it's got extremely good food. Like, it's a normal side-scroller hack and slash, dungeon exploring thing, and like, I think it really fits, like, you know, this dungeon meshy kind of theme, because like they have a mini game where after you leave this dungeon, after you defeat this level, then you're gonna move on to the next dungeon. In between, there's a brief period of respite where you're supposed to cook stuff, and you get some stuff from the dungeons and all that, like some snake meat or all that kind of thing, lizard meat, rat, bunnies, all that. Sometimes you have some premium ingredients like ham or something, dragon meat, and the thing is that how you cook them is that, like, oh, they just have it hanging around here. They have like spices, garlic, all that, and you're supposed to use the PS Vita's touchscreen to just click everything as fast as you can, because it's a 4-player game, so you can click everything and as fast as you can, and sorry, I'm losing it at the leg. Just throw them into your own personal pot and just start cooking. And like, okay, not your own personal pot actually, now I think about it. There are different kinds of pots. There's a pot, you know, like a boiling pot, like to boil stuff into soups and all that. So the stuff that you put in can be will be turned into soups, but you can put, there's a, like, say a frying pan, so you put the rabbit meat on it. So you could have rabbit stew, for example, or a pan-fried rabbit meat, that kind of thing, for example. So it's really cool in that sense. They had, just makes me think that like they had so many assets for that, and all the food look really scrumptious, and they'll all give you different buffs and stuff. And the things that once you cook it right, other players can tap on that food and have a bite of what you tried to cook, that kind of thing. So it's kind of like chaotic fun. It's chaotic and fun. I really like it a lot. I did play it with my friends back then. It was really fun. Then that's as far of Vanillaware. Yeah, all my Vanillaware games has been on the PS Vita. Man, okay, this leg is really, I think I'm getting something wrong here. Yes, I am. I'm getting the hip angle wrong. Hold on, move this leg here first. Ah, my leg! Odin Sphere is a game that I've not played yet. No, you're probably hearing it from the other guy. Yeah. I don't know if there was any other Vanillaware game. I mean, 13 Sentinels is the one that I have on my Switch now, but I haven't played it yet. And then there's Unicorn Overlord. So there's a bunch of Vanillaware games I haven't played yet. Continuing on though, the PS Vita game list I had, I like to play, I think basically the stuff that I like to play was the PS Vita original titles, and those that utilize the the double screens. Basically, the difference between PS Vita and Switch is that it has a camera on the front of it. I don't think does the Switch have a camera on the front of it? I think it's not, right? There's more of an infrared sensor or something for their Joy-Cons. Sorry, let me try to. Okay. I need to do this more fast and loose. Sorry for the pause. Let me just try to think this through. What? Sorry for the motor noises, the motor noises. I'm not apologizing on their behalf. I'm apologizing anyway. Okay. The other PS Vita games, like, yeah, so the difference between the Switch and the PS Vita is that the PS Vita is more powerful. No, I mean, actually, is it? I'm not sure. I don't think it's more powerful because at this point, the Switch is more updated on its performance, all that kind of thing. PS Vita, but the PS Vita was really powerful for its time, for being a handheld, and then nobody gave a shit about it. Just so sad. So the PS Vita's other difference besides its camera was that it had a Max touchscreen. Basically, the PS4 and PS5 has this touchscreen on the front of it as well, on the top of it. Right above is two joysticks. And that is what the PS Vita had. It had it at the back. So I think not many games used it, but I think when games used it, it's more of an extra button for the most part. Besides that, not really too much uses of it. I mean, it's kind of difficult to force a game to have a use for it, but at the very least, the games by... I don't know if they're still around. I think they are. Sorry, I need my nose. Sorry about that. This studio called Japan. They're literally just called Japan Studio. It's very unoriginal name, but it's kind of weird. It's like calling, you know, those outlets that you see, oh, Hokkaido ramen outside, and you know they're not from Hokkaido. There's no way. Or they probably are, but like it just doesn't taste good. I'm like, have you been to Hokkaido? I haven't been to Hokkaido before. I don't know how their ramen tastes, but I'm pretty sure the normal Japanese ramen I eat in Akiba tastes better than that. Actually not that overpriced. Yeesh. This is a little bit weird. Well, she's doing the idle step. Idle step. Yeah, so Japan Studio, right? I think they're just people who work very closely with PlayStation. They made a bunch of, or they might be a subsidiary branch of like PlayStation, because the games that they created, at least the ones I remember on the PS Vita, was stuff like Gravity Rush and Soul Sacrifice, two examples that actually use the back screen and like use the PS Vita motion controls, all that, to its full extent. So those are the games I like to play. I mean, yeah, the motorbike's outside at Walden, but I looked at my mic bar and like it wasn't moving, so probably didn't pick them up anyway. Yeah, Gravity Rush is one of my top games ever. It's one of my top 10 games. Yeah, I can give you motion sickness, but yeah. I think, yeah, it's Gravity Rush / Days is gonna be very challenging for people who are very prone to getting motion sick. And I think like in the beginning, like, oh, losing gravity is like extremely scary and all that, but I think later on, when I leveled up a lot and stuff, like leveled up my gravity powers, I used to like, I wouldn't care, you know. If I lose gravity, it's on purpose. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm free falling. There's 2 seconds. Free falling is fun, you know. For the gravity rush, I was like the whole whooshing and all that, and within 2 seconds, my gauge would fill up again, and I can just shoo, I just fly away again. It's so fun. Like Gravity Rush, I feel like defeated my fear of heights for like it broke my fear of heights enough that I actually did went skydiving when I went to the States. And I experienced the free fall itself and it was amazing. Yeah. There's Gravity Rush that was on the PS4. I didn't play it, but I managed to download it on the PS5, so that's another game that I do want to play. Yeah. Okay, let me think of another pose. I guess I can do it. I guess I could. Yeah, I could do it. So what was I saying? I was saying Gravity Rush 2 is a game that I want to play. Yeah, I think I played up to like maybe like 1% of the game, because like when I entered the new town and it was like, oh, you can explore this place and all that stuff, I was like, I looked at the map and I lost my mind. It was so big. Shut up. It's so crazy. Cause the previous one, your maps were like pretty much limited to one town and stuff, but then for this one, it's like, oh, if you want to travel to this town, you can. Well, you could do that in Gravity Rush as well, but the thing is that like, I think it was quite linear, where you have like, oh, maybe one hemisphere that you could travel on, but you could fly. In Gravity Rush 2, there's actually like, oh, there's layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 of like different heights where like, oh, you could find these cities and all that, and people living there. Yeah, it's so that kind of overwhelmed me. I was like, yep, alright, I'll save this for another time. Also, I was playing something else at the time. I can't remember what. Now it gets back to it. Same as every backlog game. Another game that I want to talk about is Soul Sacrifice. They had 2 games on the... Why is this button not oily? Sorry! Yeah, Soul Sacrifice. I love that game so much to the point where I bought a glove of it. So basically the funny thing about that game is that, it's a really dark game in its story and theme, and it's actually something like, if I were to say like monster hunting clone in a sense. So you could pair up with 4 people, and what you would do is that you use sorcery and magic to defeat these really ugly personifications of different sins and stuff. And like in Soul Sacrifice 2, I think Soul Sacrifice Delta, it became fairy tales. So you could fight a very disgusting version of Snow White. Yeah. There's a lot of gore in that. I think one of the selling points of that was that you can basically, the idea is that with how the magic works in there is that you have to sacrifice something, and so you do have a choice sometimes to sacrifice this is a weird looking piece of ham. I kinda don't like that. Sometimes you have to sacrifice some things like prepare for like cringe, but like you can tear out your eyeball and use it as a giant laser that petrifies enemies. And you can tear out your spine to use a giant Excalibur sword that comes out of the ground. And you can sacrifice your fingertips or your fingers to like for the bones to wrap around the enemy and crush them. Yeah. I'm not having any visuals, so hopefully y'all don't visualize that too badly if you're I'm sorry. I did give a warning for like the yucky.
Prepare for cringe.
Okay, I guess that was the wrong word.
I thought you were gonna be like, by the power of my dark, I'm gonna swim in the deep end. Not like, oh dear, they pluck out like.
Oh yeah, they pull out their eyeballs. Yeah, that was their big selling point and stuff. It was like sacrifice and stuff. And I think what's funny is that no, yeah, that's the thing. You can do that in the game. You can actually so you play with other players, right? And say, oh, your friend is on the ground. They're incapacitated, and you can sacrifice them to do like a really strong red white attack. Is it worth it? Not really. Most of the time it isn't. But when I do it, it's like, oh, it's fun. Hey, woo, woo, they're being sacrificed. Of course, at this point in time, no one else has the game. I'm the only one playing it, so the only people I'm sacrificing is the NPCs. And I think the way the magic works there is kind of interesting, because when you sacrifice them, they become a part of you in a way. Yeah, so I guess you can infer that there might be some gay stuff in there. I mean, who's to say? You could play the game and find out. I mean, you don't have to rip out your eyeballs. Because there is a sort of pacifistic pacifistic route where you can basically you can choose to, like, oh, you know your friend is on the ground, they're incapacitated. You can just save them. You can just sacrifice part of your HP to save them, and that's it. But you don't really get much of a benefit from that. Besides, you know, hey, they're alive, I guess. Were they doing any good? Questionable. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I think I need a reference for this. What? What? Was there anything new in chat? Did I miss it or something? I saw the trigger warning thing. That's why I thought about it. I didn't want to react to like the man who's flexing cause like I didn't want to react to it. Like what do you want me to react? Like yeah, I'm flexing my gravity rush skills. Whoa. Like what do you want? I don't want to like put in your face, smash in your face as the kind of thing. I was just like, yeah, like I can say all this flex stuff, but like motion sick people are gonna have a really rough time with that game. And that's it. That's what I said. I didn't ignore you. I'm not ignoring you. I'm talking to you right now. What the hell? Okay. Maybe I'm feeling out of it now because this thing, I'm running off poses and stuff. Maybe I do this as if it's gonna help. I'm gonna hope this helps. God, I hate this arm every time. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Soul Sacrifice was cool. Soul Sacrifice Delta was cool. I can't remember if this was on the PSP or the PS Vita. I think I was playing God Eater Burst on the PSP, and then on the PS Vita was when I played God Eater 2. And I don't think I played God Eater 2 Rage Burst. Yeah, what a title. Yeah, that's another Monster Hunter like clone. And I think the premise of like that game is like pretty similar to like what I want for this game in a sense. Well, it's just a little bit, a little tiny bit. It's just the post-apocalyptic setting and like some kaiju and monsters, you know. That's what I want. That game was really fun. I played it solo again. No one else was playing it, so sad. But I think when it came to the consoles, maybe there were people playing it. Yeah, I mean, no one really. Like the only other friend that I think had a Vita was like, huh? Oh no, I mean besides that, there was another one that like, I played SWA Online, one of the games on the PS Vita as well, and it was okay. Like you could tell, like, oh, that's a anime game. It's you know how like when they create games for like movies and stuff, and it's not great. Sorry, I was covering chat with my post references. God, I have this tiny window here. Yeah, sorry, I was saying like games that are like based off from like movies and stuff, like probably Transformers or something, they probably like suck. Okay, this is kind of a difficult angle. I'm just gonna put this duck foot here. I'm gonna shift this toe up. Okay. There was a bunch of like Monster Hunter clones on the Vita. I think cause by that time Monster Hunter went to like they got a deal with Nintendo, so they went on the Wii U, The Wii, no, I don't think they went on the Wii U. It was just the Wii, and there's the DS and 3DS and stuff. And so basically they were missing for a long time from the PlayStation stores and PlayStation and all that. The last time they were on the PlayStation was PlayStation Portable with Monster Hunter Tri. And I think that did eventually get ported to the West, but that was during the period of time when Monster Hunter didn't have a simultaneous release for like both the Western and JP sites. Yeah. So yeah, they were banking on it. I mean, that's why like Monster Hunter World, when it came out and like when the teaser was shown, it was glorious because it's like the return to the PlayStation and you know, and its full Monster Hunting glory. Hold on, let me try to think about this. Do the splits. I always have a little bit of trouble with the pelvic area here. Okay. Now you have a leg here. Alright. Yeah, so besides God Eater, so there was like this other game called Tokiden, which I also really enjoy. I played the first game. I think there's Tokiden Kiwami, which did come out on the Vita, but by then I stopped. No one was playing anymore, so I cried and left the Vita. But yeah, Tokiden was... I think these ones, like these clone, like sort of like Monster Hunter clone games were actually really good. Like I wouldn't mind going back to them again because they're actually really... They didn't like try to copy Monster Hunter. You know, at least it didn't feel like a blatant copy, you know? Like some... What was that game by... There was this game that was done by some Western developers, and it was like they tried to release it, or at least I think it got released. Oh, Dauntless. It got released, or it got tried. I remember like news outlets were like, yay, oh look at this Monster Hunter clone. Is it gonna be as good as how Monster Hunter is and stuff? And it's like this is the time when like Monster Hunter Generations was like out and kind of thing. So that's their sort of like that's the comparison that we had. And then I think very shortly after they've sort of previewed like trailers and all that kind of thing, or like I feel like it was like actually within the same year Monster Hunter World was announced, and like, oh my god, I was just like, that game is dead. That game is so dead. It's super dead. It's mega dead. Like, it wants to release now? Like, you have to release it like... I don't know, like, you're just gone. Like, even if you release it, like, I don't know if people are gonna get it. Like... It's so bad. It looks like... It looked like what? Like a Monster Hunter Fortnite. It's basically Monster Hunter Fortnite, or at least that's how I would like label it as, cause like it has like I feel like it has those like business models like, oh, battle pass and like, oh, gacha armors and stuff and like all that, and like the stat screens look really bad and all that. I'm like, all these bad. And then you have the Japanese like sort of like clones of Monster Hunter, like Soul Sacrifice, God Eater 2, and Tokiden, which is like, those are great. I love them. I really love them. I think they're really charming. I think they're really great, and they are great on its own as well, on their own as well. So that was the demise of Dauntless. Yippee! I don't think Licks... Yeah, this is a mistake. Hold on. Let me position the foot like somewhere here, and I'll just shift the leg. Oh god. Why does it look so short now? Are there any... I was thinking, like, if there's any good Kamen Rider game. I think I actually got curious and I did try to search out a Kamen Rider game. I saw this, like, really jank-ass game. Like... it looked really jank. It was like, oh, some Kamen Rider Battle Ball, that kind of thing that, like, it's just on the like, it's a Japanese game. And it's... I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like that, a very weird... I don't know if it's a modern title. It feels very weird. It's like one of those Japanese Kuso games. I don't know. There's a bunch of like, what do you call that? Kamen Rider, like chibi style, like SD Kamen Riders on like the DS and stuff, I think. As for Kamen Rider like games, I guess the one I can immediately think of is Beautiful Joe. I think that is probably a good game, but I didn't really have much of an interest in playing it. I don't know if I have much of an interest in playing it now either. It used to be on the Wii. I think they got ported to the Switch. We can play on modern consoles now. It's really funny. I think it was by... Is it Capcom? No, it's not Capcom. It's by some other... I don't know. It's not by Grasshopper. Oh, there are a lot of games with just a bunch of Kamen Rider references. But no official Kamen Rider game that I can really think of. This leg is weirdly long. Okay. There are a bunch of kaiju games though. Kaiju games are good. I think there's a good spread of them. I can't name a bunch. Like, the names are all jumbled out of my head. I can't really... But some of them sound very similar with one another. So... I can't exactly pinpoint one. But there are like... I think they're indie games. Like, I don't think there's no big company that has a kaiju game. It's the indies that actually have the kaiju games on point. You know, well, that's as much as I can really go on for. Kamen Rider Kaiju. I forgot to mention there was another sort of... Yeah, there was the game Freedom Wars on the PS Vita also that I did play, and back then it was like in university, and like I actually had a friend who also had a PS Vita. I was like, oh my god, you have a PS Vita, let's play Freedom Wars, yeah! And like, regrettably, it's a game that I would not go back to. It's the only... I like the setting of that game, but I think the gameplay leaves something to be desired, where we have fun in the chaos of it. I think it's like, games can be really fun if you're playing with other people, but like if you're like playing by yourself, it's like and you're just pitting yourself against the game, it's like, the game really needs to pull through for you. And like, I don't think that Freedom Wars really pulled it through for me. Like, especially because I think it was really... It's really bad when you're not playing with someone. The monsters and like the quests and stuff was just like extremely difficult to deal with alone. It's a game that really needed you to be like playing online or have a friend, that kind of thing. Sorry for the sniffs. Yeah, I think what I kind of didn't really like about it is that the guns in that game just didn't really... They weren't great. The thing is that I wouldn't say guns weren't important in that game. I feel like cause it was a post-apocalyptic modern setting. Like guns are gonna be in that game. It's just that I feel like they didn't feel very powerful or anything. I don't know. Like I'd unload the entire mag into like the monster and stuff, and like it just wouldn't... not too great. Like you're just better off like using your swords and whatnot instead, and that's fine, I guess. God, I think thinking about it, I just really like Tokiden. Tokiden's like its weapons were really interesting. It's developed by Koei Tecmo, so like of course it's kind of like it has the weapons from the Dynasty Wars and Three Kingdoms series, like, you know, spear, then you have like their spear moveset and stuff. But I think the most interesting one that I had fun with is that they had these giant fists, and like those were fun. But actually that was not my favorite weapon. My favorite weapon is actually the God, what was it called? It's basically the one with the tiny scythe and the little ball of a chain at the end. I think so. Kusarigama? Is that the name of the weapon? The Inuyasha weapon? The one that Kohaku uses? I don't know who Wakuyaku is.
I just thought it was cool weapon from Inuyasha that Sango's little brother. And because of that, like, he was my favorite character.
Damn.
I didn't know anything about him. I just thought that, oh god, he uses cool weapon. And then I designed it to see that he uses that weapon. Very original.
Oh my god. I mean, it's a really, like, if I had to design a character with a weapon, it would be cool too. I like it. I like that weapon a lot.
The design was great.
It's fine. So actually I might point this fist down instead. Yeah, the Kusarigama, cause like what was special with the Tokiden was that, like, man, it was before Monster Hunter Wilds, and like basically it was the equivalent of a grappling hook, but not say as... Oh no, world. No, I wish. Yeah, what was special about it is that, like, it allowed you to achieve flight, and I don't think any of the other weapons you could really do that. Basically it's like, oh, you can swing the chain, and like if you swing the chain at the monster, if it hits the monster, you can pull yourself to it, and then you basically go at it like Shingeki no Kyojin style. So you have like some air time. It looks really jank, it looks really wonk, but it's really fun when you're playing and you're like, oh, you're trying to get to like the monster parts that are like that usually a lot of weapons can't reach. It was basically their insect glaive. Yes, I think that is about right. It's their insect glaive. I don't know. I just felt like it was really stupid fun. Like I think that the other one was like the double fist. The spear was alright. The sword was okay. I think. Yeah, but I think one thing that I kind of remembered when I was talking about Freedom Wars was that the breaking of monster parts. It was I mean, essential in the sense in that game where like, oh, when you break a monster part, it will actually fall off. Sorry, trigger warning, but like, you know, so you cut a spider's leg and you can like fall off and it will fall on the ground. And what happens is that the demon, because they're demons, right? These are monsters, they are demons. They're Onis, and you're trying to defeat them. So when you cut off that appendage and it's just on the ground, the demon will try at some point. They will, like, after a set amount of time that passes, they will try to regain that piece of body back. They'll start like sort of channeling, and like a usual Monster Hunter player would be like, oh, it's staying still, let's whack it with everything we've got and it'll flinch. But like, no, it's not gonna flinch. What it's doing is actually it's channeling, trying to channel back its body part. And so basically the thing is that the core mechanic of this game is that when you break the monster's part, you have to sort of purge / purify it. So you have to stand over it and like you're supposed to like hold the button and it takes some time. It's basically kind of like, you know, when the tail drops, you're supposed to carve it. But you're supposed to carve it in this sense where like you're supposed to stop it from like returning back to the monster. The monster will get back a phantom arm or something, if I'm not wrong. Either way, but the thing is that like purifying it will make the monster, like say, oh, you cut off this Oni's arm and afterwards you purified it. So that means the Oni's attack will be maybe not as bad or that sort of thing. Yeah, so essentially encourage multiplayer because with more people channeling on purifying it, it basically makes it faster to carve, you know. So if everyone carves the body part, it's better. Well, of course you gotta balance it with like, oh, the monster's attacking you and stuff. Yeah. So that's what I liked about Tokidan. What I liked about God Eater. God Eater's mechanic. Sorry. So as the name suggests, you eat the gods. Basically the monsters are like, you know, when our friend like had this name, right? My first thought went to there because like the monsters are in there are called Aragami. And like I think it's another like sort of word, or is it Japanese for like angel or kami or something, or like god. So but they're not. They're basically, I don't know, all like the premise of the story was like, oh, this god particle was found or something like that, and it's like it basically evolved and like it became a monster, and like now this monster is wreaking havoc across the world. Yahoo! And so they you being the hunter, what happens is that you are linked to this weapon where you can gain the power of Aragami or something like that, and then there's just fight them and stuff. Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to bore you with the story, the Chunia story. But I think the core mechanic of it was that you can hold down a button, say you hold down the triangle button, and like this gaping mouth will come out of your weapon, and you can point it at the monster, and like it can take a bite and take a chunk out of the monster. Not visibly a chunk, but as in like you just bite the monster. And what that becomes is you can, that basically turns into your, like, you know, it can be used into bullets. It will boost you up, it will give you some health, it will boost you up, like give you extra speed or something like that, but you can use what you've eaten as bullets for your gun, and basically that gives very powerful shots. And you just merge this both together. Yeah, so the guns in that game actually felt like powerful. And I think one of the interesting things about it was that I can't remember if God Eater 1 has it, but God Eater 2 had this system where you could customize how your gun works, basically what bullets go in and stuff. I was playing it in Japanese, so I didn't know what worked and what not. All I did was I tried to max it as much according to like, you know, like, if you put this, it like had a module system in, so you put this module in and it's like, you take this number of points and stuff. So I try and max it out, and basically I just had like a big shotgun spread sometimes, and it's just like a big shot of it will just cripple the monster or break their body part, that sort of thing. But the bullets are limited, and like you have to take a bite out of the monster to refill those bullets. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like all these games had it different, but I feel like games that like didn't really succeed, like say like Dauntless, is that like they really did just try to make a Monster Hunter clone. It was literally that, and it didn't even do it good. Like when I watch the monsters and how they move, I'm like, they can't move like monsters in every other game. I don't think you really understood how the monsters moved in Monster Hunter at all. Like it was more reactionary rather than just like the monster flailing about like usual and you dodging and stuff. That's what kind of separated Monster Hunter from like other games. I felt like I don't feel like Monster Hunter is a hack and slash, although a lot of people like to treat it as it is. But you really only treat it as a hack and slash if like, or like training dummy, if like you're doing absolute crazy amounts of damage, and like that's what I see all the speedrunners do, and like I'm like meh. Okay, let me think of another pose. I'll do something more free. I'll do something a little bit more fun. Okay. Oh yeah. There was another game that I like to play on the PS Vita, and it's called Miku Pong or something. And it's like if you know Pong, right? Like people say it's like, it's the first video game where you have like these two bars at the side and you're like bouncing a ball to each other. And like the PS Vita had this AR system in it where you could scan this picture and it would show through the camera on your Vita Miku, and she's playing on the other side and she's playing Pong with you, and I like to play that a lot for some odd reason, even though it's just a very short gimmick. It's a very short gimmick, but I'm like, the PS Vita, I'm playing with Miku. I'm playing Pong with Miku. I am a weeb. Shut up. You and your Inuyasha OC. Yeah. Well, this was when I was older than 11. Yeah. Yeah, the PS Vita had like all these really cool functions, and when the Switch saw its success, I think it's just like, I mean, I wasn't salty about it. It was more like I felt that, I guess Nintendo had games for the Switch that the PS Vita would not have. Like back then, I think the era was maybe. I mean, they do have like, say titles like Uncharted on it and stuff, like on the PS Vita. Like, it's the Uncharted game, but PS Vita, or like, this not God Eater, like God of War game, but PS Vita and stuff. And like, when the Switch released, it was Breath of the Wild. Mario Odyssey? What? No, Mario Odyssey came out later. But Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild came out, and like it was the debut for the console, and like so many people got it. Breath of the Wild is what like I would call like I would compare it to like, not to say that the other games were like not good or that kind of thing, but like what Monster Hunter World is to Monster Hunter players when it first released its trailer and whatnot. Like, I think when Breath of the Wild trailer and all that was released, I'm pretty sure a huge collective, like a huge majority of like the gamer base lost their absolute minds. And of course they had to play, like buy the Switch and stuff. For the PS Vita, I don't think there was anything really much for it. Like in terms of like that kind of scale, at least. There was a bunch of PS Vita games, but I don't think they were enough to garner that same amount of attention. They had Gravity Rush. I don't think a lot of people. I don't know. PlayStation's kind of made me want to seem like, it was alright. Like it went well, but I don't know. I don't know if Gravity Rush sold well or not. I mean, it might have, but it didn't sell well enough to save the Vita. It's the thing. Yep. Ooh. I should draw more freely. I feel like if I drew this with like a pencil, I would be... it'd be so much more free. Hand cam? Nah. Ain't nobody got time for hand cams. You know what's the craziest stream idea that I was like thinking of? Was that like... I do find like... doing ASMR would be really fun. Like, I think it's really fun. I actually I myself listen to a bunch of ASMRs. I don't think it'll be, cause there's a lot of ASMR channels now. I don't think it's like I'm gonna be doing it and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna gain success from doing ASMR streams or videos or that kind of thing. Nah, if I do it, it's more for fun, honestly. Like, I think it's cool. It's really fun. It's kind of like being a Foley artist. Yeah. The kind of ASMR sounds that I kind of like lean towards is well, okay. I can say like the ASMR sounds that I lean away from is the The licking. I am not a fan of that. I know what that is for. Like, there's a demographic. I'm like, I've listened to one before. I'm like, okay, nah, enough. I remember watching the clip of like artists like tuning into a like an ASMR stream with the licking. I'm like, he was like, ugh. I'm like, yeah. It's. I don't really want to say it. It's just kind of yeah, but it's not for me. It's not for me. That's not a trigger I really need. I think like the trigger that I'm fine with that's like maybe as close to that. Like I don't need that kind, but like it's just use a slime ball. Slime ball is fine. Yeah. Sorry, I might not just continue this pose. I'm just like, ew. Just having a little bit more fun with it. Sometimes, there are times, actually, hold on, let me drink some water first. Oh. Okay, I mean sometimes I was gonna say that like sometimes when I draw poses, it's like I kinda when I get too used to drawing the poses, I just spend a long time. Like I spend like 15 minutes for each of these poses, and like I really shouldn't be doing that. I should do more loose and free poses. I want to talk about something, and that something is this right here. This hot take right here is random as shit, but I'm pulling the card. My hot take is that crab is better than prawn. Okay, that's not really a very hot take, but the hot take is that prawn is better than lobster. Hydration important is very important. Yes, please hydrate yourselves, everybody. Especially if you're living in the southern Asias. We are in the oven right now. Summer isn't even here yet, but it sure feels like it is. Gosh. But yeah, basically how I feel about lobster is that I feel like lobster is sometimes it can feel like I'm biting into a towel. I feel like I'm biting into a very soft towel. There isn't that much taste to the meat, at least for me. I've had supposedly really good lobster. I've had it in Seattle's pier before. I had it here, like a lobster sandwich and like lobster other dishes and stuff as well. There are, I would think that what I had was the extremely good grade stuff. Okay, not extremely. Okay, it's a good grade. It's a good grade. It's not like something like I'm gonna break my bank over. Although I did feel like I broke my bank over. I mean, $50 for a lobster sandwich. Like, come on. How do you financially recover from that? That's only for some people. That's for bankers. And their schemes. Lobster schemes. Yeah, so I just feel like for the amount of hype for lobsters and the price point that they're at, I just feel it's not warranted. My personal experience with it is that like it's very soft meat. It's really meaty. But the meat does not have much of a taste. And I feel like because of that, we have like imitation lobsters in a sense where like, oh, here's this lobster bisque in this restaurant, but then when it's scientifically tested, it contains like 0 lobster, that kind of thing. They just put some bread inside of it and it just tastes the same. The broth itself is probably just lobster shells, and that's it. And that's it. I'm just gonna draw this head. Whatever. Let's draw a punch. Let's draw a punch. Yeah. Nice going. Yeah. Yeah. There's the punch. Punch, punch, punch. Yeah, whereas like I feel like with crab is also expensive, but I feel like I haven't had the best crab, and yet I feel it has more flavor by itself compared to others. Like the crabs we have here, like they do come in a bunch of sauces, but I feel like most of the time when I've like licked clean the sauces from the shells and all that, when I taste the meat itself, it's sweet. You get the taste. You get a really good, nice taste with the crab. It's sweet, and it's when you have it really good. The claws, the big meaty claws. The claws are really nice. And the sauces that come with the crabs are really good. I don't think I've really seen chili lobster. I don't think I've seen chili lobster. Or black pepper lobster. Or salted egg lobster. Or that kind of thing. It's always garlic butter because it's the Westerners kind of dish. And like the lobster that I had with the garlic butter was really good, but I felt like it's cause I drenched the shit out of that. And the garlic butter was extreme, like, yummy, 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 yummy. Okay, wait, hold on. Pecs. Start pecs. Let's try to draw something a little bit more feminine, a little bit more elegante. Yeah, and then like things that I would even put lobster below prawn. I feel like I get more taste out of prawn, and especially what I like about prawn is that like the really fresh and good ones have that nice bite and snap to it, you know, to the meats. And prawns is very versatile. Like prawn is used in a bunch of dishes in different ways and all that. We have prawn paste as well, and it's used in dumplings and all that. And prawn cocktail, not that I've ever tried that before. Prawns in salads, prawns savory, prawns prawns is really good. And the shells are all these crustaceans, at the very least, right? For these crustaceans, I feel like the shells are tasty. They're really good to use in broths and all that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Crayfish. Not crawfish, but crayfish. Crawfish, I haven't had. I feel like I've never had crawfish. And I feel like I'm missing out. Every time I see people eat it, it looks really good. I've never had crawfish before. There's the southern one that is Cajun crawfish boils and stuff. Or there's the Chinese like mala one that they just spam of a whole bunch of chili and stuff, and like both look really good. So I could go for any of those, honestly. But yeah, crayfish is something I've had since I was a child, and I think it's on the same level as lobster in the sense where I feel like I would put it in between lobster and prawn. I feel like it has some prawn taste, but it's got some meatiness, much like the lobster. Although it, of course, it loses out to lobster in terms of meatiness. Yeah. I think the other thing is that, like, with crab, there's so many different kinds of crab. There's the crab legs. Oh, I've had crab. I think I've had crab legs in Seattle as well. I can't remember. I can't remember if. Oh no! Wait, I did not have lobster in Seattle. I had crab legs. I had the really big, thick, meaty crab legs, and I had them with the garlic butter, and that was the best. I think that was the best. That was really good. Oh my god, that was really good. Oh. Yeah, those big, just big, juicy cylinders of meat. Ugh. Those are really good. And I think there's other breeds of crabs that I don't know, as I haven't tasted before. Like, the usual ones I have is the Sri Lankan crabs, but like those are like the main ones that we have here. But there are, I've seen like, there's Australia. I've been to Australia before and I've had crabs, but I feel like I can't really remember what type of crab it was. I guess it was just a regular mud crab, but when I look at some other restaurant with crab in it and like, oh, there's this crab from Australia, it looks very weird. Its body is extremely huge. It's a very weird like trapezium shape. It's like this, and then its claws were like that, and its legs were like that. It's very weird. It's very weird looking shape. The crabs I'm used to are like drawn in this shape, and they got like wee. And does they have this, the flippers at the side here, and then they have their big meaty claws. Yeah, big meaty claws. These are the ones I'm used to. I've not had this before. I have no idea how this one tastes. This is a really weird looking crab. It's real funny. You can draw a face on it. You can draw a face on the back of this crab. It's so big. You could play tic-tac-toe on it. You can't play tic-tac-toe on this. You can't. Piece of shit. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. But there's a lot of body meat. But I feel like, you know, the claws. The claws is where it's at. I do enjoy the body sometimes. I mean, I enjoy all parts of the crab. Crab's real good. I miss crab. Crab's good. There are the crab legs in Don Don, but those are like $40 per pack of leg or something. And they're frozen. I don't know how well they are. I need a review of that. I need someone, a trusted review of that. Is that good or not? I don't know. Yeah. Muscles. I'm not gonna draw myself anymore. It seems. I'm just having way too much fun like drawing muscles. Literally the only poses that are coming to my head is like those like big muscles everywhere. Let me try to think of another pose. Let's do more kicks. Try more kicks. All these fighting poses. I could go for more parkour poses, more jumping poses. I could do a Shoryuken. But I don't feel a Shoryuken is very... I mean... I need another way to make it dynamic. Okay, let's try. Keep myself more loose. Alright. Whoa. Shoryuken. Well, this is the point where I run out of topics. Unless someone out here can tell me that lobster is better than prawn or crab, and they wish to contend with my hot take, feel free to do so. Otherwise, crab is the reigning champion in terms of crustacean meals. On this stream, at least. On this stream. Oh, I guess I can say, I've never had mantis shrimp before. It's something, I've seen it in fish tanks, all that, in like restaurants and stuff, but we've never ordered that before. I have no idea how they taste like. They might just come off as like in between of like lobster and prawn. Again, like a crayfish. They do look really meaty. And at least the ones in the tanks are, you know, the mantis shrimps that have the claws rather than the big punchies. Because those big punchies are gonna break out the friggin' tanks. You know that for sure. Yeah, I just wonder how those taste. Now that I think about it, there is a shellfish that I've never eaten also, and it's called geoduck, and I think geoduck, I would give it a shot. I would try it. I don't think they come rare, do they? I hope not. How do I eat that rare? It's kind of disgusting. As for... Yeah, I mean, if they even boiled it or brined it, I wouldn't mind eating geoduck. Although it looks really weird and suspicious. Everyone knows that. This shoryuken looks so weak. I think I need... Okay, wait, no. Tell myself again and again. Go loose. Go loose with it. No! Okay. Besides, I feel like when I follow the... You see, when I follow the line of action like way too much, it's like, where is this guy standing? Where is this? What's going on? I mean, I can say like, oh yeah, he's not standing. He's propping off the ground like, wee beep beep. This is the ground. Beep beep. He's launching himself off the ground, doing an uppercut. I feel like I've broken this leg. So why does it look so weird? Bum, bum, bum. Those poses look awesome. Thank you so much for the compliments. I feel like I'm not making someone do a shoryuken anymore. It's more of like they're probably doing this instead. They're shooting hoops, boy. Woo! That's sick. Ah. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Man, I wish I had more time to draw more poses. I mean, there's still an hour left from like 12. How long do I even want to go? I'm not sure. I'm already out of topics. I mean, there's more of there's something I could talk about, I guess. No. I was thinking of like, I could go into more of like, Michi stuff. More Michi stuff. Basically, I think that eventually I do want to create, sort of a mascot character, not for myself, but more for the chat. Like what I can sort of regard you guys as besides just calling you guys chat. Well, you know how VTuber brands are. They got those mascots. Yeah. So I was thinking, what I had in mind was, no. Well, if you guys would be meteorites, then you guys would be the other thing that it's not really from where I'm from, but rather the invading race, which is the kaijus. So I was thinking of like imagining you guys as kaijus, like cute little kaijus, but you know, I am the protector of the earth, and I gotta fight the kaijus. So I'm afraid I might have to beat you all up sometimes. But then I guess that's considered abuse. So I like to keep you guys around. But yeah, so I was imagining sort of like a cute kaiju character to have as a mascot. Just from a show you can do, you start balling. Throwing hoops. Yeah, so eventually I do want to have a kaiju drawing stream, and like sort of like a brainstorm of like a brainstorm stream of like what to do, how to, and if like there's any input from like elsewhere and stuff. I'm not very used to, I don't really, honestly, I haven't drawn kaiju before. I need to gather a bunch of references. The only kaiju I can really draw is like a dinosaur maybe. That's it. Basically Godzilla. Yeah. I mean, I could draw Kong too, but like I don't think I have to just think of like kind of something cute and simple for you guys, little kaijus, and give you guys another name besides just kaijus, you know. Okay. I gotta draw something that's really good. This is better. Maybe using this pencil is better. Maybe it's better for me. Let me try it. What can I draw? I don't really want to draw stuff that plays much with perspective, because I'm kind of tired of that. I feel like when I was trying to do a lot of the poses for Michi for the splash art, there was already a lot of perspectives and like a lot of foreshortening there. So that's why, yeah, on this splash art you can see right above my head, I had a bunch of that. Oh wow. Sorry. I took a little break and like took a look at what's that? What can I draw? Let me look at my references. Um. Oh. Wait, what's that? Sorry, give me a moment. Alright. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry if you heard that. I hope you didn't. Oh boy. Embarrassing. No, it's nothing. I just sniffed. I can attempt to do this pose. Yeah, actually, maybe this pencil is actually better. Because I can draw with lighter strokes first, and then when I'm more confident I can do this. You need a bow out for now. Have a good public holiday tomorrow. You too, Kay. Have a good, enjoy your holiday. Keep hydrated. And have a good night. Have a good rest. So glad it's a public holiday for us. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah. Yeah, but I guess to give more of a explanation of like why I'm picking like kaijus and like what's this whole story about kaijus and like who am I and that kind of thing. I'm a meteorite, a brilliant meteorite from space, or at least that's kind of how I would say myself as. But I'm kind of like an intergalactic ranger who has come to Earth, and Earth is not doing well. Earth is not doing well. Earth has been fighting kaijus for a long time, and I'm here as a latecomer to try to see what I can do with the situation. That's that one little snippet of lore that I will divulge. That I've come from outer space, and I've arrived on the Earth. And I'm trying to say, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to save the Earth from the kaiju attacks. So I'm kind of like a superhero, I guess. Maybe this... No, this... Actually, it should go much lower than that. Let's not do the arch back thing. Yeah, so I guess like that's why I said that Goiter is like it's pretty similar to like what I had in mind of a post-apocalyptic Earth and monsters running rampant, and I'm here to save the Earth with my intergalactic powers. That's also kind of basically my thoughts about being inspired from stuff like Ultraman, where Ultraman's an intergalactic hero come to save humanity. Or not necessarily. In some Ultraman, at least I think in the original Ultraman, it was Ultraman was more of chasing down a alien kaiju, and they both ended up in Earth. And the original story, at least from this one that I've watched, was that Ultraman, when Ultraman like fought and like battled the beast or like the kaiju, or when Ultraman arrived, I think he accidentally took the life of a human, a guy, and Ultraman felt bad about that, and so he decided to give the guy a new lease on life, and like in a way sort of like took over his body in a way. Like they have a sort of like symbiotic like relationship, I guess. At least that's how that story went, that version of that Ultraman's went. Yeah. I mean, it's close to what Shin Ultraman is. Like this story. Yeah. This pose might look really good but it's because, disclaimer, I'm actually following a reference for this. I'm eyeballing it. Okay, this is important. I have to show this. What? What? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's literally, that's why this pose looks the cleanest out of everything so far. And I mean, this literally like I'm treating it as if it's a gesture drawing. Yeah, let's see if we can draw something without the reference. Goodbye, reference. Oh, okay, hold on, actually. Oh, I need to take a little short break. I need to stretch. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at Twitter for a bit. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Man, I really need alerts. I'm kind of losing it. Like sometimes, like, oh, people follow me, but like I don't really manage to see it because I don't have it shown in the chat that someone can that like when someone follows, it'll show up. No tab, it won't be this. Which activity feed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess this would be it. Right. Yeah. Like your alerts wouldn't show up on the screen, is it? I see. Yeah, then I think I'll have to rely on this. Oh. Give me a few more minutes, guys. And sorry, I'm not gonna be drawing. I'm gonna be just scrolling on Twitter a little. Hehe. I hope the music is fine so far. I hope people are enjoying the music. Ooh. It's itching all over. So I'm gonna stand up for a little bit. Okay, let's get back into it. I've thought of a new pose. Okay, alright. This pose is kind of difficult. A lot of the times these poses might be difficult because I don't really have a very clear visualization of it in my head. Mainly because I haven't performed it before. Most of the times it's like action poses or like stuff that I can't really get a proper read on. I think I'll worry about the arms later. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have this on a different layer or something. I'm gonna scale this bitch down. Scale. Meow. Tiny. Who cares about you? Bah. Now I got a space. All the space I want. I'll just put this as a base here. I want this. Bam. Bam. Okay. So, this is a foot. Oh my lord. A foot. Actually, I might not want it to be fully frontal facing. I think I can angle it a little bit. I can afford to angle it a little bit more. Ooh. This is really, I mean, is really straightforward because it's a real straight leg. But really, this is easy. This appendage is easy to make. Easy to draw because it's just a straight leg. Okay, and the pelvis area. Okay. This is where I suck because I'm just really bad at drawing the pelvis areas, that's all. Okay, I want the pelvis at least to be facing here. It's just kind of frontal facing. Where's the other leg gonna be? You know what? Because I've been rotating this, it actually is kind of too straight. There needs to be a bit more curve here. At least that's what I should be feeling like, you know, it's all of this. Has this line of action here. Pom 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 pom. Oh, this is a difficult pose. How's the torso like? I feel like the torso will be twisted, right? Something like that. I need to shift more space for this. Yikes. Okay. Something like that, I imagine. kind of broken the spine here. Maybe that's fine. I don't think I will be able to see the other shoulder from here. In that case, I would actually think this is way thinner. The rib is here. Say I put the arm here. Should I put the arm here actually? Now I think about it. Maybe let's try to position this leg. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. This leg looks really lumpy. It's fine. I think I'll simplify this leg out. Just for my sanity. I hate this. It's too curved. Okay. It looks really bad now. I'll fix it later. Worry about the pose first. Get the pose out. Don't worry about all this proportional stuff later. Okay. How would I draw the angle of the head? Imagine something like this, it kind of break the neck. Maybe it's a bit too much here. I can bring it out a little bit. Things that I can do in digital that would be a pain in the butt if I did traditionally. So I'll be erasing all this and like, I can't get it right. I can't get it right. And this digital, I'm just like, oh yeah, I can just lasso tool and just shift this whole thing. Thank goodness. Okay, now this is getting extremely weird. Okay, I think this makes a little bit more sense. I was thinking, my original thought was that I could use this hand to show that it's supporting her off the ground, but I think that's not as powerful as this other thought that I had. We'll try it. We'll try it. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is alright. Yeah. Straight kick. Palm. And it could be turned like this and it's just a drop kick. Yeah. Just draw a line there. It's like, yeah, that's that action. Thrusting the whole leg forward like that. I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, I'll just leave it here. I do want to draw a bit more. Maybe I'll hit midnight. Oh, but I do want to cycle tomorrow. I'm not really that sleepy yet. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Thinking of what other poses there are. Oh, I need a pose to stretch myself. Crack my back. Wah. Thinking for a pose for myself. I do want to have a pose that's sort of soaring in the air, doing a little bit of acrobatics and stuff. Like snares just playing in my head. Sometimes it's kind of good to just use little tiny scribbles of just poses that you might think is interesting before worrying about all these drawing things out. These little scribbles. Sometimes I just, when I have the hands out of the size, I have no idea what to do with them. They're just kind of there. There's not really any meaning to them being there. Except just to signify certain... maybe a twist in the bodies and all that. Feels like a more mermaidy fairy pose. Then you have the scarf at the back. Itchy hair. It's alright. It's kind of a cute pose. Okay. I have this pose in my head. It seems kind of cute. I should have started off the stream with doing this stuff. I feel like this is what I wanted. But I guess all that stuff was like maybe worrying a bit too much of like how things look. This is a lot closer to what I kind of wanted to do, something more loose and free. But you know, sometimes I need to... I haven't done drawing poses in quite a while. Like, the only ones I've done is those more thought out, less free ones. I feel like this is more Like, the feeling I wanted was Michi wandering around the city, getting around and stuff. Jumping from rooftop to rooftop. Because I don't fly. Oh, I wish I could, but it's not Gravity Rush. It's just hands at the sides, just like wee wee. I don't know. It's just this little what do they call that? Trepidation. A little cautious. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe something that looks more confident. I don't know. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just totally forget to draw the entire butt. Draw the legs and just attach straight to the torso instead of having the butt anywhere. Yeah. No good. In this angle, it seems like the foot and the hand is on the same. Yeah, if I draw this again, it will have to be a different angle, or at least I could shift the hand a little bit. Yeah, I think something like this would actually be better. A little bit. Itchy hair. Actually... Sometimes my fringe does get a little bit annoying to draw. If it's on the other side, it does get a little annoying. I'm like, how's it supposed to look on the other side? I didn't really have a proper side view like turntable for all of that. So I am kind of confused myself at like how I'm supposed to look like from that angle. Superman pose. They say Superman pose, but I feel like it's become more an Iron Man pose, or at least how Iron Man. I keep seeing Iron Man like Iron Man's landing pose is more iconic. I don't think Superman really does that. Superman likes to stand upright. A superhero landing is what I meant to say, I guess. piece. And me chair. What? Okay, this scarf is a bit low. Okay, and just arm back, torso curved inwards. Wow. Um, it has to be the one leg in, one leg out kind of deal. One leg folded, one leg out. I don't know if this is a thing I need to stay away from, but I think it's just it's the contrapposto. I think it's just something that kind of just makes sense. So not really any reason to stop it. I think it doesn't look bad. The most is maybe like oh yeah, same here, here, here. But I mean, it's in a way meant to be like, oh, it's showing the movement. It's like running, hopping. She's reaching her foot out. For the next step. This is really cute. My gosh. Oh, Michi. Yeah. What? Oh. Oh, right. How bad is the bag? Yeah, maybe it was on like 60. Like, yeah, what the heck? Why? Different bit rates or something. Okay, if I had to choose, like, say, like, oh, okay, this pose, for example. Is there any way I can get rid of this instead of like, oh, you know, the usual folded leg and one outstretched? I'm not so sure I can. Like, what will her leg do? Like, ugh. Yeah. Just experimenting here. Just experimenting, just curious. Because I noticed that like, oh, I've been doing a lot of that. And I was wondering like, is this just a sort of mentality that I've gotten used to and I need to break out from? Just cause like, you know, it's a bit worrying if you are like drawing the same thing again and again, like oh the same hit angle and all that. So it's good to like catch yourself for a second and just like, oh wait, hold on. Can I try drawing a different head angle and see how that goes? You know, in a way to like challenge and like prove yourself, like get out of your comfort zone. It's like, okay, yeah, just try drawing this instead. So it's still a folded leg, but I tried drawing it facing the camera, the bussy out to the world, but you're not in the world, you're not in the view of it. So it's still folded, it's just shifted. It does give a bit more depth. In a sense, it's a little bit more interesting. Like if anything, I would like shift this. I would shift this knee a little bit inner, so that it's not so much foreshortening, and it's not that spread out in a way. Now, what if I tried something else? I can have the... I mean, it's still the same folded, but it's tucked in this time, and it's like sort of going backwards. It's interesting, but it fails to show the direction that she's really going in. Like, is she going towards the camera, or is she going this way? And... I guess there's another pose I could try to do. Let me try it. Let me give it a go. It's real tiny sketches. Michi scarf. Michi hair. That's how you know it's Michi. You gotta get the fringe. And this little ahoge over there. Oh. Hey, wait, no. I was arching it back, but I want her body to be sort of arching forward this time, so there's a back. Okay, this back is a bit too high. I need to locate the shoulder first. Okay. Now I just draw it so small that there's so little space for nothing. There's barely any space for anything. I just like to draw the scarf just flown out. Whoa. Hold on. Calm down on that dumpy. Whoa, that... Hey yo, chill out on that yacht. Oh my god. Hold on. Chill out. He said, nah, I'm not gonna do that pose. If I bring the arms forward, not really. Isn't this one of the poses that I tried to do for my splash the other time? Maybe. Oh, this is just a very boobs and butts pose, alright. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. Literally just boobs and butts. And I have no idea what to do with the arms. They're just like wings, just flap up and down. Weep, 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 weep. Like a weird ass bird. Michi bird. Save. Save your work. Save. Yeah. Whoa. Oops. Accidentally made some drawings there. Oh, what if this is like say another splash screen, but more of just a still, and just Michi end of stream here. I'm just leaving, jumping away. Let me draw the body first. Do the Naruto run, but in a jump, so my hands facing out here. Whoa. And whatever's going on with Michi hair there. Scribble a bit, scribble a bit, scribble that all over that. What if I could put me? Yeah, what if I'm just like facing backwards here instead? Yeah, and I'm like saying, kind of like have my hand out here, fly a little bit like that. And then I have the ass facing you guys. And then I'll be riding on a bike out. Actually, that'll be really cool, but I don't have the time to like think of the design for a bike. That's a whole ass Kamen Rider special that I'm not willing to do right now. Where's my Control Z? Alright, there it is. I think that this would be a really good pose to end stream. As in not this stream, but like more like this like, yeah, Michi saying goodbye, waving, like leaving and waving goodbye at this. I've just like I've just GG written on this scarf here. GG guys. That's how I say goodbye. I can keep this for future reference. I like that. I like that. So that's one pose I can use. Kinda. Yeah. What else? I like one more movement poses. I'll try fighting poses. I don't really... I feel like when I draw fighting poses, I'm gonna worry so much about like the muscles and stuff. Ah. I'll draw a fighting pose anyway. I have something in mind. Michi hair. And Michi scarf. And then basically line of action is I want something like this. Oh, bam. Bam. So I'll draw this part first. It just flush right to the shoulder there. Okay, maybe not that high. Maybe not that high. And I can sort of visualize my body. Leave in the rings. And I'll taper it down. What? Bam. Try to pose this a little bit more inward so it's the shape is more of an arrow like that. And I'll draw my fist here. Weh. Maybe you can help with the shape a little bit more. And then this arm is bracing in as well. Like, as if I'm going forward. No, so I just want to draw a box with a fist every time. Yeah, okay, that worked out. Yeah, okay. Something like that. I just want to just like elbow. Damn. Yeah, what happens if I lift this arm up? A little bit more. Whoa, whoa, not like that. Just rotate it. Yeah. You see that line of action. Boom. And if I just make this. Yeah. Elbow. Damn. I like that. It's a very simple pose. An elbow. A humble elbow to whatever kaiju it is. An elbow to the toenail or something. Oh, it's past midnight, but I feel like I have it in me to like just draw one more at least. I still haven't like gotten a pose that I'm like really proud of. Besides this one, and actually I'm just really happy with this spread. This is what I really should have been doing. A little bit more scribbly and loose. Let me try to think of a pose. Oh, actually, now that I think about it. Looking at some references. Ah. Oh boy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sorry for Dolan. What do I have? I want a nice sideways body motion, but not going towards the side, but like something like basically what this nudge has. I just wanted to play around with like having a pose that is leaning, but at the same time is grounded. That's why I was looking at. That's why I tried doing that that sort of soccer or rugby running pose where it's like, oh, the guy is running, he has his leg here, but okay, yeah, he has his leg here. Like, okay, I can very quickly do all this. Feet here, body scrunched up, leaning, basically like this sort of S shape. And then you have hips here. Wait, sorry. Okay, so the hips will be here, running, and I guess either the arms is like still. What the fuck is going on with my pen? Shoulders. I don't know if the hips are like that, but basically I imagined like, oh, okay, so you have the leg a little bit wonkier, a little bit wonkier. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, it's grounded here. And then, boy, the leg is disjointed from the body. And then this, I guess this leg would be here as well. I don't know if they be crossed in all that much. So your hip is this angle, and then you would have either, I think the shoulders would be in this angle as well, so it's just fully leaning on. And then yeah, the arm here doing a gesture, and then at the back you have the arm just thrown backwards. It's like a full sprint, but so sprint that he's like running sideways in a way. I don't know how to really balance it. I don't know how to do the curved leg thing. That's the thing. Yeah, this is just something I really have to just ponder about. Or I have to make it such that I don't know. Something like this, you know? It's this S pose with the leg. The body's curved this way, the leg is curved this way, I guess. Well, I mean, now that I've just sort of scribbled, drawn it, this is pretty much what I was thinking of. Wow. Louis, wrong pen, wrong pen. I guess his toes are pretty important here. Toes are pointing inwards. Why? Okay, let me try. I just want to do more hunched back poses, you know. It feels like it's compressed. The compressing of energy. That doesn't make sense, but believe me, it's just it feels powerful in a sense. Like it's the anticipation or that much power that's going into a movement that's like your character is bracing for it. That's what I want to do with it. These poses more. Cause I'm very used to very spread out sort of poses where the silhouette is it's more noticeable what's going on in the silhouette. Both arms out, that sort of thing. I'm very used to that. But yeah, the scrunched up pose is something that's like I'm not really used to. Like I can think of like, oh, sorry, I'm just gonna doodle this pose even though it's not something I really want. But I do think it's a little interesting. Close to what I had drawing just now. The one that I've really referenced. I referenced like really heavily on what that pose is. Wow. Yeah. Circles really help in just visualizing the direction of and foreshortening of a line image. Okay. Sort of carve the head out a little bit like this. This is shoulder, the neck, and booba, and build the leg at the back. Crouching poses are really fun. Like, I think there's some of the like, it's basically this compressed poses that I like about Spider-Man's. I mean this and some of the more spread out, like the poses that is more showing just the burst in action that Spider-Man has when he's all spread out, all of his compressed pose, something like this. But that's a cool pose. I am like vying for 1230. Can I do any more compressed poses? Hmm. Hmm. Um. Sometimes when I kind of imagine, like they have a weapon, I can think of more. But Michi's weapons are fists. My weapons are my fists. And this pen. Yeah, save. Ooh. Maybe my brain is just gone now. I don't know. But I feel like I'm just not satisfied. Hmm. Da, 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 da. Wow. Hmm. Um. This. It's always so. Ah. I should show more of the arm here. Hmm. Draw my scarf on my shoulder. Is it down here? Down here? Down here? Here? I guess. I do kind of want the hips to come forward a bit more. What's cooler here? So the shoulders are already in this position. Guess the hips should try to be in this position? I mean, I could put it off balance and draw it like same as how that running thing. Yeah. I think it always gets me is like how foreshortened should this leg be, and like how bent it should be. Oh, how bent it should be. So it compresses and it's facing here. Whoa. Pressing the wrong buttons on my pen. Sometimes you don't need to show where the other foot is, I guess. There's a scarf everywhere. I don't know. This is really cool. Can angle this arm back more. Michi's charging up for the Marge Simpson. Ready for the Marge Simpson swing. So the other way, if I was grounded, it would be something like this. You know, put this leg back a bit. Oh, that's nice. Twist the ankle. Yeah, so there's two variations. One I could have just this, or I could have... Whoa! The foot just... soft here, so I like erase this. And if it's more grounded, that'll be cool. This is a cool pose. So you have the leg at the back, so you know she's gonna twist. Bam! Right hook. Or disregard this leg and she's gonna maybe go for a straight. Hiya. When she puts the foot down and like, bam. Something like that. So that's cool. Well, the page is semi-filled up. I mean, if I feel like drawing more, I'll draw. But it's already 12:40 a.m. here. So I think I'll end it here, folks. Try to call you guys folks. You guys aren't old. You guys are all young people. Wow. But yeah, I'll call it here. Thanks for joining me for my little practice and chill stream. I need to turn down this light. It's bright as frick. Yeah, we got some poses out. I'm really happy with this page. The rest here, well, I like that kick though. The rest here is usually like what I put into my school pose book when I'm trying to do a pose a day, that kind of thing, and I just feel really uninspired. But I think this one, when I was drawing more of Michi, drawing more of myself, I think I got better at this. A little more scribbles, a little bit more. See, they're a lot more loose. I like this a lot more. This is what I strive to do. Okay, I'll end it off here. Thank you for coming to the stream. Maybe I sound a little softer. Maybe I sound a little bit more dead. Okay. Well, goodbye, good night. Not gonna let you guys stay here for too long. Ochukari, Ochukari. Do you too, baby? Oh yeah. Okay. Goodbye.